Hey everyone, Matt Schmidt here. I have created this video for anyone that needs to get themselves back to the present moment. I especially created this for the people that feel like they struggle with this, that they don't have enough time for this, that there's too much chatter in their mind. This one's designed specifically for you. Or maybe you just have a lot of stress, a lot of stuff going on. This is perfect. So thank you for being here. Now, the first part to this is just finding somewhere comfortable, somewhere where you can relax, somewhere where you can set yourself away from some of the distractions. When you found somewhere comfortable, we're just going to start with some breathing. Although this is going to be a little bit different than some of the other stuff that I do in my videos. So I'll guide you through this process and I'll just show you how this works before we get into it. So for this breathing, I want you to push out all the air in your system. So we're going to start with the out breath. Breathe out. And then when you've stopped, breathe out some more. And then breathe out some more, that last little bit. So that all the air is gone. Hold it for a moment. And then let your lungs fill with air. It's almost effortless. So that's the breathing that we're going to be doing with that. Um, One of the things that you can do combined with that breathing is breathe out all the bullshit, all the stuff that's stressing you out, all the stuff that's in your mind. Maybe the person that cut you off on the highway right before you did this meditation. Okay, so that's what we're going to be breathing out and then filling yourself with that space. It can be free space, it can be with light, it can be with just calm, peace. Okay, so that's where we're going to start. All right, and breathe out. Breathe out some more. Breathe that last little bit out. All the stress, everything that happened from the day, breathe it out, out, out. Hold it. And then breathe in. God, let your lungs fill with that clean, pure air. God, and do it again. Breathe out. Breathe out some more. Breathe out again. And then let your lungs fill with air. Good. Now this last one, breathe out. Good. Let everything come from your legs all the way up and breathe out again. And then breathe out again that last little bit. And then let your lungs fill with air. Good. Now just continue to breathe normally. All right, and if you're anything like I used to be, you still have quite a few thoughts. Maybe your mind has calmed down a little bit. That breath is something you can always return to. Remember that you can use that in your daily life. You can use that. It only takes a matter of seconds to do some of that breathing and bring you back to that calm space. But you got to remember to do it. All right, so that was kind of our physical bringing back to the present moment. That breath will always bring you back to the present moment. Now, if you're anything like me, you kind of get stuck in your head. Maybe you have a million thoughts. Maybe you still are worrying about what's for dinner, what you're gonna be doing next week. Okay, so we're gonna be bringing the mind back to the present moment. Okay, and a lot of people will tell you you have to shut down your conscious mind. That almost creates more resistance. So what we're actually going to do here is just kind of stay curious. Stay curious, be in that state of allowance. Just whatever comes in, let it come in and go out. I should make macaroni for dinner. Let it come in. Okay. Be curious and let it go out. So you're just observing those thoughts. not figuring out what you're going to need if you have enough milk for the macaroni. Okay, just letting those come in instead of fighting it, not shutting it down. Just stay curious. Let the thoughts float in and float out. And just observe them. You are not your thoughts. They don't define you, they simply are. And the more you do that, the more you'll be able to kind of slow these down and just allow them to be. That way they don't get stuck or they're not on loops, they're not on cycles. Another thing that you can do to free your mind is to write some of these down. Write it down and forget about it. Okay, now I'm going to let you in on another little secret. Another little trick to bring your mind to this fully present moment. I actually borrowed this from The Power of Now, a great book if you haven't read it. And I want you to now ask yourself, if you're still having trouble with this, ask yourself, what is my next thought going to be? I wonder what my next thought is going to be. That's the present moment. Okay, you notice there was that pause before something came in? That is presence. That's present moment. That's really being in the moment. You can't tell someone what it is. That's why I want you to experience it. All right, so just try this out. Asking yourself that question, I wonder what my next thought is going to be. Letting that come in, observe it, and letting it move on. Good. Now I'm going to guide you to a state of complete presence. This has been coming up a lot for people in my private sessions, my one-on-one work. Okay, now just allowing yourself to just drift and float to a time, a place, dimension, a space where you can just be. You may be frustrated that it's nowhere. That's exactly where you're supposed to be. For me, it's this void space. I have no body, no feelings, no thoughts, no worries, no responsibilities, nothing I need to figure out, nothing I need to do in that space. Maybe in the clouds, it may be a place where you feel at peace. You don't have to try to figure out where to go, just allowing your mind to go where it needs. This may feel uncomfortable, may feel raw. I always feel like there's something I have to be doing or figuring out. Nothing. You have to do nothing here except just be. I'm going to stop talking so you can really just experience that space. Good. Now let that state of presence soak into every fiber of your being, almost like the sun soaking into your skin on a sunny day. And just letting that become more of your natural state, displacing any fear, any anxiety, any worry, any heaviness you've been carrying, and just really embodying that deep inner peace and presence. Now we're going to take this a step further. And in that state, I want you to put yourself into a situation where maybe you haven't been present lately. Maybe it's with the kids, maybe it's in your relationships, maybe it's at work, maybe you're just on your phone too much. And picture yourself, imagine yourself in that state of being, in that state of full presence. No distractions, just fully aware, fully engaged, coming from that space. Notice how much easier, how much more effortless, how much more connected you feel. Every time you come back to this state of being, it will get even easier and easier and easier. No one stays in that space. But every time you do this, you'll find it easier to return to that and that you'll be able to stay there longer. All right, love to hear your thoughts on this one as well. Any comments? And appreciate you being here. We'll see you on the next video.